Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome to a new Snooker 19 series, and today we start our road to the top with the Betfred World Snooker Championship, the online tournament which of course is featured on Snooker 19. Now over the next few days, weeks, until the 6th of May, we are going to try and go from right at the bottom of that leaderboard in the online tournament right to the top. Now unfortunately, the other guys that have been playing in this tournament so far have, of course, got a 4-day head start when I record this. I'm recording this on the 21st. So people have had more than enough chance to play a few games and get up that leaderboard. But there is, as you can see, 15 days and 8 hours to go. But that time is certainly ticking. So the tournament leaderboard, there's Ash Chilling 2K12, 2012 at the top with 303 points. This is over on the Xbox One side, by the way. But I'm not going to bore you by going through that whole tournament ranking. There's about 300 or 400 players who have played. And my aim, basically, is to try and get as close to that top of the ranking before the end of the World Snooker Championship. And the way I'm going to do this is to try and play as many games as possible within a half an hour period every single day on this video. And this will be a daily occurrence, hopefully at 4 o'clock on the channel, 4 PM British time, just before my Neil Robertson career mode at 6 PM, which if you haven't checked out yet, I'd absolutely recommend that you do. But again, this is going to be a daily series throughout the World Championships to see where we can finish in this tournament. So I'd recommend you subscribe to see that in your sub box every day. And of course, if you guys have got a better, perhaps a better name than Road to the Top, a little bit unoriginal you could possibly say, if you guys have got a better name than that, let me know down in the comments. But for this first game that we're going to play, hopefully we can find a match. We're going to go with someone a little bit different. I've been playing with Neil Robertson a lot so far, and I'm going to go with Kyron Wilson for my first match of the online tournament. So let's see if we can find a match, and hopefully we can get at least 2 matches done today. And there we go. Funnily enough, we're playing Jonesy Boy 80, who's playing as James Wattener. It seems he's doing fairly well. 3 online wins so far in the Betfred World Championship, so he's got a little bit of a head start on us. But his highest break is only 23, so not being cocky or anything, but it doesn't look like at the moment anyway that we've got much in the way of competition. But of course, a 20-minute countdown on the match and a 30-second timer, and the aim is to play as many games as we can within a 30-minute window on each day. And that might be one game, obviously because it's 20 minutes, it's likely to be 2. But on a good day, might be able to play 3. But this is going to be our first match of the episode and of the series, and is not a bad break-off, but we're not going to risk the pot at this point. Again, obviously, it's only the best of 1 frame online, so we don't really want to give him too much of a chance straight away, because he could clean up in this 1 frame, and of course, you don't get another chance, so that wouldn't be very likely, but that is a possibly shocking safety. Misjudged that a little bit and just open up the reds. Let's see what Jonesy Boy can do with this. Did you just say that's shocking? That's about right, to be honest. Luckily, they were pretty safe. The pink guarding some of the reds a little bit further along, but I think we are safe just about. So he might play a safety shot, he might find a plant in there or something, but the shot timer is coming down a little bit. So this is limiting the time we've got in today's episode. If we have other players that play quite slow snooker, that could limit the amount of games you can play. But that's not a bad shot, and it's found its way into the pocket. Very impressive. And of course we might lose matches. That's the inevitable. We're going to lose some matches, so really we want to get a move on with this one, just in case we do lose, and hopefully get 1 win on the book today. But I'm going to try and edit these down a little bit. Again, I'll try and keep this within half an hour every day, just to provide that little bit much more excitement, as well as just time pressure involved. But we've been going for about 3.5 minutes from starting the video, but this match has been going for 1 minute and 42. So we're going to count from the time that the match started in terms of that half an hour timer today. But James Wattener, or Jonesy Boy 80, we'll call him Jonesy, even though I'm Jonesy technically. 1, 2, 3 in the middle, funny that is. But he doesn't look too bad. You know, I might have criticised him a little bit at the start of the game with that high break of 23, but he certainly knows what he's doing here. Certainly not a fool, but great to see that we found a game pretty much straight away while searching, which is really positive. Let's see if we can get this long red, or whether he just plays a safety here. Going for this red on the cushion, as I predicted. Is he going to get it? It looks good, and he's got it. He's playing really well here, and he might be a force to be reckoned with, but illegal. Oh, God. I've made the same mistake as him. Well. He was meant to go for the colour, and he went for the red. Made a mistake that genuinely I sometimes make, and go for a red or a colour where it's the opposite shot, and he's really made a mistake there and let us in a little bit. We're going to force him to continue here, because there's not really a red on. Again, if he'd potted the red, he got smashing position on the black, but he's made a mistake there.
Safety would be a test of his skills.
And he's just played a safety shot there. I think he had run out of time, so possibly it might have been the game's done it for him. But not much luck on our end because it isn't going to be able to get a pot from this. This is a bit unfortunate, but let's try and play a bit of a better safety shot than we did last time. Good blimey. Haven't played as Kyron Wilson in game yet. Haven't actually seen his face either, but it doesn't look too bad. Pretty representative. The cue ball's fine. And that's a cracking safety. Still plenty of time to go in this game. 3 minutes and 50 gone so far, so as long as Jonesy Boy gets a bit of a wriggle on, then we should be okay. But I'd rather play, if this makes sense, 2 videos in an episode. 2 episodes. Blimey, I'm getting all my words muddled up. I'd rather play 2 games in an episode and win them both. Then of course play 3 in 10 minutes, be rushed and only win 1, for example. You know, it's all about making sure you get it right. But there's a little bit of time pressure. But he's going to play a safety, I think, here. Or he could get the long pot. I was about to say that's very impressive, but no, doesn't quite get it. And where's this cue ball going? Is it going to keep going into the pocket? He might get very lucky here, and he has. Well, and he's got lucky red on, so another safety shot from us, it looks like, which is annoying, to say the least. Really annoying, that is.
He'll be mindful of pace here.
No pots for us so far, which is really annoying, but couldn't really do much with that safety. It's in the bulk area, not perfect, of course, because a few reds have flown out of the pack now. But very much a good safety battle so far, but he was in really good position on that black earlier. But of course, potting the wrong ball really help out too much. Let's see what he does with this. He's going to run out of time here. Does it just? I think it must just play a shot automatically if you run out of time, which spoils it a little bit, because that was a pot that probably he wouldn't have got. I might be wrong, he might have just got it bang on time, but he gets the red nonetheless. Going for the pink here, and this will be a good pot. I don't think we're going to have much chance here, to be honest. He's not playing the quickie snooker, but this just means that we can't get a look in, and we haven't had a chance at a pot at all yet. Of course, we've got those 4 points as a little bit of luck because of the foul, but apart from that, I can't criticise him at all so far. He's cutting it short again, but he's potted the red. Well, he's certainly not bad at this lark, is he? And he's really well on the pink, so once again, I don't think we're going to get a look in here unless he makes a mistake. There's still plenty of time for us to make a break, because as you've probably noticed on my videos, I tend to play shots that are quite quick, and with this time pressure of maybe, you know, if we only complete this game in 15 minutes, we'll only get another game in today's episode, but if we made a quick break in 10 minutes, then we could play 3 games. But that's a good pink. Again, a little bit more angle and it would have missed the pocket, but a good pink, and all of a sudden his break's not too bad, but there's no real way that at this sort of pace you can clear the table, because of course a shot every 30 seconds is only 40 shots. And then at the end of the day, you've got to pot 15 reds, 15 blacks, and of course the colours, if you like, to make a perfect score. It's 37 pots, so you've got to have a fairly good shot conversion rate. And he's running it short again, but he's just on. And it's getting a little bit infuriating, this is, to be honest. Again, he might be using the online system to his advantage here, leaving it until he can take a shot, which is really aggravating for us, but can't do much about it. A little bit like in real life. The only thing you can do when you're off the table is just sit and wait for the other player, but the clock is ticking, and every second this clock ticks is more chance of us losing our first match.
Forced to use the rest makes it a little trickier.
Oh, well, he's missed the black. It was very close, to be fair, and a very good attempt at a tricky pot. But he had run out of position a little bit here, but I'm sure we can find something. Again, we've got a little bit of time here, but I'm sure we can find something. I think that red looks good. It's not the easiest of pots, but it should be okay. Can we get our first pot of the frame? We can. That's a good pot. Where's the cue ball? Oh, just about okay. Now we might as well pot this pink. Certainly won't hurt for positional purposes anyway, will it?
He's looking to pop this into the right corner.
And we're just getting on with it here. You know, there's a little bit of a rush on here. We just want to make sure we're not necessarily needing to complete the frame, but we need more points than he has at the end of the frame. So I know this red looks obvious, but we might as well go for it actually. Nice and soft, just to give it every chance of going in the pocket. And it's there. Got a bit of screw back on this, but luckily the bulk colours will save us here. We can go for one of the lower bulk colours, but quite a bit of power needed to get it back down the table. Might as well give it a good whack. Actually not that hard. Considering we got a lot of top on it, it'll bounce down the table anyway, but that's a good brown. And that is exactly what we didn't want to happen. What a disaster that was.
12.
Well, would you believe it? Now, does this red go? I don't think it does. It doesn't get past the pink, does it? We can have a quick look. No, it doesn't, does it? I don't think. No. It's either this tricky red on the cushion, which might go, actually. It's probably our best chance of getting a pot here. Not the easiest shot in the world, but we're going to go for it. And it's dropped. What a cracker. So hope we don't snooker ourselves, or else we'll be very well on the black, and would you look at that.
13.
Sometimes if you take a chance, you get something out of it. But will our luck run out here? We're on equal footing then now with our opponents. Not in the best position here, in fact not really on anything at all.
20.
So it's going to require a skillful pot. Probably of this ball. But it's a tricky one to make, certainly.
Tough shot coming up.
But it should be there. Yeah, it is. Good pot. And would you look at that, the red just making contact with the pink to make that potable as well now.
Superb.
But because we are ahead, we can just take a little bit more time now over our shots. Play with some top, try and get the ball moving a little bit. But it's all about whether we can get the pot, and we can. But where's the cue ball? It's gone way up the table. Certainly not good positionally, but we can pull off long pots. That's something I'm quite good at, having an eye for. You watch, I'll say this, and we'll never pot a long pot in this series. But, yep, that looks good to me. Again, these shots are a little bit tricky. But let's see if we can get this one. Oh, well. I jinxed myself a little bit, didn't I? I said we're cracking at long pots. And we weren't on that occasion. It's a shame because we'd opened up the position on the black and the red into the middle pocket. But with that break of 31, we go 7 points ahead. But with the way that Jonesy Boy is playing, I think he's going to try and use this shot timer to his advantage. You know, only play shots when he needs to and get ahead. But that's a good shot on the red. Makes that black a bit tricky. Being quite literally right up on the top cushion. Just bouncing off it. And it makes that red a little bit, that black a little bit trickier. But to be honest, looking at his options, maybe apart from the brown into the middle, it's his best shot. So we might as well go for it. Of course, this black will put Jonesy Boy ahead. But a bit of a weird game this has been. Again, I'm pretty sure he's using this shot timer to his advantage here, which I've got no problem with. You know, it's using to the system to your advantage. And that black's there. And there's a day's position on a few of these reds. That one on the cushion that's closest to the cue ball might be a problem. But there is quite a clear red, which is pretty much the one that's closest to him, that will definitely go. Going to go for the red. Oh, he's missed it. Well, that's the problem with the time pressure. Can just get to you. I'm going to take our time over this red, but we should be fine. And they're nice and soft so we can get on the black. And that's nice. But we probably didn't even need it to be that hard. Luckily, we're nicely on the pink. The next red should be fairly easy, providing we get good position. But, no, the other two reds might become a little bit of a problem. But the pink's a straight pot. And we're not really nicely on that one on cushion, but I wasn't looking at that one. I was looking at the one that's by this near pocket in the middle.
Aiming for the centre pocket here.
Quite a tricky one, but let's just make sure it's lined up correctly. This could be a mistake, but it's there. Need to pull up a bit though if we're going to get any good position. And in fact, this might be perfectly on the black, you know. It's not perfect, but it'll do. But the pink's an option as well into the middle. Let's have a look at the pink. That probably looks the best option. Unless, no, the black's a lot trickier. And it doesn't actually give bad position on that red on the cushion. So we might as well use the time to our advantage. Like he did. Again, we're ahead here, so we're just going to let the shot timer tick down a
He
bit.
just wants to slot this into the
And
middle.
we'll take the shot now. And that's a nice pink.
Position.
Not brilliantly on this red, to be quite honest. But there's no point playing a safety at this point. In my firm opinion.
Here.
But it's a tricky pot. It's a 50-50 whether it's going to go in, and it doesn't.
Close. But
Well, if it hits that far cushion, it's curtains pretty much for those sorts of shots.
Kyron
But he'll definitely get this red, but that red that's on the cushion near the left middle, as we look at it, is a little bit of a problem. So he requires that red to win this battle within the 5-minute countdown. So really, things aren't at his advantage now. He can't use the shot time as his advantage. He's just got to get on with it. But whether he will's debatable. But he is now. Will he pop the red? He will. And he's nicely on the black. Maybe a little bit too much. Maybe overcooked it a tad. But that black is still potable. If not, that pink's potable. And potentially he could get possession. Could knock this red if he gets the pink. But let's see what sort of shot he plays. He's going for the black, and he has got it. And he's played very good position there. He's just touched the red. But, ooh, that's really unfortunate. If it had gone just a little bit less, it would have been an easy pot into the middle pocket. But this becomes very tricky now. And to negotiate past the yellow and put into the top pocket. It will go, but it's a very tricky one. And considering that the cue ball will end up close to the left middle, it's a very risky shot all round. But he's going to have to go for it here. He's tried to cut into that middle pocket. Very peculiar. Has he snookered us here? If he has, fair play to him. Yep, he has, I think, but we can just put it off the cushion here, of course. Not really much problem with this.
Coming up.
Well, it might not be so clear, but again, it's off the cushion, and it makes it a much easier pot for him. Not a conclusive one, but it makes it easy. But he has snookered us, but he's got to get on with it a little bit here. Of course, and I know it sounds crazy with these sorts of frames, but with the match countdown, it does make it so much that he needs a red and a colour. And as long as he stays on the table, he wins the frame. But he's got to pop this red first. It has dropped, and he's nicely on the black. So as it stands, if he gets the black, he'll win the frame. That yellow looks a tricky pot, but I reckon he'll use that to his advantage, to be honest here.
Just the black needed now.
Here comes the black, and it's in the middle of the pocket.
That should effectively remove
Now he can pop whatever he wants, of course.
they have of a comeback.
left corner pot.
Whatever he wants, as long as it's the yellow. But the yellow's not there. As I said, the choice was limited. It was only the yellow available. And for the frame, we need the yellow and the green.
Great
It should be
opportunity
there, it should be
this.
fine. Nice, good pot. Now, the green is a... Well, we've got absolute disastrous position on that green. And we might have even snookered ourselves here. And we have, well,
He'll be
not the
aware
best
of
there.
risks associated
Really not.
with playing this with too much pace.
And we're going to have to get out of this snooker here. But me getting out of snookers is a disaster. So, he might have won this game as on a virtue of that. No, we didn't get out of that. Well, it was just a miss. Luckily, we didn't hit anything else. He might force us to retake that, and if he does, that'll be a killer.
It's worked out okay.
But really, to be honest, if I was him, I'd just play on.
Kyron Wilson, 2.
Because he's only got, you know, if he works this out correctly, he's only got time for 3 more shots.
You'll be playing this again.
And even if he misses the one... Oh, that's not a surprise. Now, I can't remember if this went... I think we've got to hit it more that way, haven't we?
He really needs to be mindful of pace
This might be
here.
the
Doesn't
difference
wanna overhit
between the
this.
game. It looks like it will be, unfortunately. Shame. There we go, we got out of it this time. But he's going to have the next shot. So mathematically now, he can, you know, mess about as much as he wants to.
Worked out quite as
We need the green and the brown to win it. But he's just going to let the shot timer run down, which is a little bit of a downside of the online play, I would say. But he's going to use this to his advantage. And even pot the green. You know, fair play to him.
position.
And unless a miracle happens now and he misses this shot, I mean, he's going to play 2 more shots. So you could argue that if he plays this one very quickly, which he won't, he'll let the clock run down, which is absolutely fair enough. If he missed this shot and we had 2 more, we could pot the brown and the blue to win it, but not today. And our first game will be a loss. And unfortunately, that's going to take 20 minutes of the video. So we're gonna play one more. But this one will go down as a loss. And there you go. One frame played. 47 points to us. 47 points to us and 59 to Jonesy Boy 80. So an unsuccessful game there. I'll just have a quick look at how many points that gets us. I'm not particularly sure what that gets us in terms of points. But just to be clear, this format is going to be run as in 30 minutes on the clock rather than 30 minutes in the video, because I will cut out some of the bits where the player is deciding, but that 30-minute rule will simply be start of a match. So if this runs over 10 minutes, we can't go. Sorry, we're going to skip out of this. Where are we? We're going to probably be at the bottom, I would guess. We might have got some points for that. No points for a win, so no points for a loss. So we've got to get winning, but it seems that Kyron's a bit of a bad omen. So why not? We'll change it up and go for Mark Williams, the current world champion. And we're playing Jonesy Boy again. Well, that's unfortunate, because he was a bit of a stinker last time. Not in terms of the way he played, it wasn't bad, Big, but for us it was a good way to shut us out, to be honest. He didn't play the best snooker, but he used the shot timer to his advantage, but we'll be more wary of that this time. And hopefully we'll be ahead. It's ourselves to break, which gives us a little bit more control over this frame. But we can get vengeance on Jonesy Boy nice and quickly, which is really nice. And hopefully it won't be 2 losses in a row. But he's still playing as James Watana. And we're playing as Mark Williams, the Welsh potting champion. But I think he's going to take 30 seconds over this once again, which is frustrating to say the least. Well, he's going for the red. Oh, well, he's missed it. Well, because of how well the reds are grouped, he's got away with that. Unfortunately for us. But it's going to require just a... Well, not such a simple safety, no. But it requires a safety, which is not the easiest, and to be honest, not the most safe. Because we're going to have to hit it quite a bit, which we have. But it does break the reds up a little bit. But we're still safe as it stands. I think there's a long pot on this red that kind of forms a bit of a triangle with the other red and the pink. On the right-hand side as we look at it. But again, he's going to use this shot timer to advantage. Hopefully not everyone online does that, because that's a bit of a shame. Because it does eat up the amount of time you've got in the game. I can understand the shot timer being there, but not necessarily the match countdown.
He fancies this red.
But he's going to go for this red, I think. Well, he's missed it, and that will help us out a bit. But are we going to get lucky with getting position on anything? I don't think we are necessarily going to get any position unless we can get something on this red, which we can, yippee. And we can get this frame off to a good start. Good pot. Have we got anything positionally? Certainly not the pink. Or is it the pink, actually? Will the pink go? No, the pink won't go. So we're going to have to resort to the lowest colour, the yellow, which I've not got a problem with, personally. Going to have to hit it quite hard, though, to get it back up the table, which is a risk at this early stage. There we go, good pot. Now, can we get a position on anything here? This needs to not be there, preferably. Although it's not a terrible position, but it could be a lot better. Right. This is a fine cut on that. This red could go, couldn't it, past the blue? Bit of a shot to nothing, though, here, to be honest.
Red to the corner pocket.
Because we're just going to play the safety if this doesn't go. It's not far off, but it's not going to be there, unfortunately.
Needed some luck there, and he didn't get it.
And luckily, the red that we've just played, pretty safe, so that's not a problem.
Careful with the pace here.
Well, he's played the red and he's played the safety on that. But I think, I was about to say, I thought he potted the brown. I didn't know where the brown had gone. But because of that brown, he might just have that red safe, but he hasn't. He's left a pot on here. Now we're going to hit this quite hard, but we need to. Good pot. And now we've moved a few of the balls around. Unfortunately, no position on the black. But let's see what we can negotiate here. Just check the black. I'll just query it. But as you can see, it's not there. Pink won't go either. So it's either the blue or the yellow. And the yellow will struggle to go purely because of the red that's there. It's not so much a shot to nothing because of the red that's up bulk. But We're going to have our wits about us to pot this.
Long potter he is, so I'd assume he'd take this on.
And they go, oh, well, I thought it wouldn't drop, but it's just there. Now we've got this red that's right ahead of us, which looks a tasty long pot. And I swear to goodness me, how many videos have we had the last few days with bicycles outside, or motorcycles even? I don't think they'd approve of that in the Crucible, would they? Now, it's going to be a tricky cut into the middle pocket, but I reckon we can do it. No, well, it's just bounced back out, unfortunately. It looked good from that angle, but obviously not in terms of the game. But we're 9 ahead here. Again, not the best break to start us off, but importantly, we've kept Jonesy Boy out for the first 5 minutes. And he's took the pot that we did before. Well, I don't blame him here, but the big colour's out of commission at the moment, which helps out a little bit, gives us a little bit of solace. But he'll either go for the yellow or the green. The yellow won't really go unless he goes for the tight cut into the middle. But the green, the more secure pot. The pink will go, but the pink a very tricky shot. And just to stay on the table, personally, I'd play the green. He's going for the green with our advice. But where's the cue ball? Well, it's gone into the pocket, and he's gone in off. Now, I'm going to force him to continue here. Not too fussed, because is there anything easy on? Certainly nothing easy on. There is that red that's hanging by the corner pocket. But that's not a shot I'd fancy, so he might fancy it here. But we've got the advantage as it stands, which we didn't have in the last game against Jonesy. Jonesy Boy 80. And he's going for this red. And well, he's potted it. Not a shot I'd be comfortable with, but position's not so good. I suppose you could get the pink into the middle. That's not a ridiculous shot in this circumstance. But what's he going to play? He's going for this pink. It's got to be inch perfect, and it certainly is. And there is a red to the... oh, well, of course, the pink spot's there, so that's just blocked out that red. And it's a tight cut on this red by the brown. A, to avoid the brown, and B, to pot it. So he's left himself in a tricky position here. And his position might have just run out. Or we might run out of time here.
This is a challenging shot.
He's going to play it. Oh, and conveniently it's gone in. Well, would you believe that? Time are running out once again. It's the blue, and it's perfect. Well, he's certainly using this shot timer to his advantage here. Trying to eat away at the time in the game, and now he's 1 point ahead. Disappointing for us. Well, he's definitely going to run out of time here, but he's just played the reds. Perhaps that not coming to his rescue there, just get worried about those reds, and, well, I can't say he deserves it, but I might well do.
It hasn't really worked out.
But we can queue off this quite nicely, so we might as well play a bit of top. In fact, a lot of top. And, yeah, just get this pot and get back on level. And just clipping this red here won't hurt. With good position on the blue, or equally, maybe even the black. No, the black doesn't quite go. So we're going to play with some top. And just try and bring the ball all around the table. With Marco. And it looks like at the moment that's not worked out too badly. Makes it a tricky cut on the red into the middle, so I don't fancy that one. And believe me, there aren't any easy shots here. This fine cut's probably the easiest. Or the one I'm most confidently making, shall I say. No, it's not dropped. Unfortunate. But really, we haven't learned from the last game. You know, we should play Jonesy at his own game. Let the clock run down a bit more. Give him less chance. But with half the game gone, we look set at the moment, mathematically, to bring our revenge on him. He's playing the red, though. And of course, that was a nice, easy pot. Now, I bet he'll play the black here. I'm not surprised. Really, I'll be lining this shot up and playing it within 10 seconds just for the worry that he's behind and needs to get on with things. Of course, you can fine-tune your shot within 20 seconds, but there's only so much you can fine-tune. Unless you've made a big mistake at the start, there's only really one type of shot you can play. You can't play anything fancy, there's no chance of a double on, so it's just play the black into the pocket and see what you can make position-wise. But even with that 30 seconds, he's mucked it up. Well, not good enough there.
James Watanabe.
And that red into the middle becomes a little bit easier. But not that easy, I'll tell you. But it's in and nonetheless.
Unbelievable.
And this black becomes a little bit more desirable now.
What can he do here?
One.
Well, he won't be happy with that. But this is a tricky shot, believe me.
More difficult.
But we've made it. And can we get straight on this red? No, we're not really.
Not easy at all.
And that makes things a bit trickier.
8.
But here we're going to play him at his own game. We're going to line this up and just wait. But we can have a look around the table. We can have a good sniff and see what's on here. Actually, is this red on? Hang on. Doesn't quite go, I don't think. I'm just worried about it hitting that other red on the way through. So it would be a pot that would look a lot easier, but I'm not going to take it on. But let's just move this about.
On the cushion. No, not
No.
this time.
Very
Close,
tricky
but
pots
a
those
miss
are.
nonetheless.
But we did the most we could there.
Williams. 8.
I mean, we have given him position on this red, granted. But he's 12 behind. You know, he can't afford to keep running the clock down. You know, he's quite a way behind. He requires at least 2 reds in a colour. And of course, with the low colours, 2 reds, 2 colours, or even 3 reds, 3 colours if you're talking about the yellow. But he's running it down. He's decided to do that. Very much running it down, blimey. And I think this is just going to take the shot for him. I think that's what happens. I'm not particularly sure. Seems peculiar that the shot's been played with such precision once that shot time has run out. Really, it should just be that your shot's not taken, fundamentally. You know, you've run out of time. There's no point of shot timer being there if it just takes a shot for you once the time's run out. But he's got the red anyway, and he's playing a little bit quicker here, getting the pink. And he's got really good position on that red near the pocket. And I'm fearful that Jones is going to come back and win this once again, like last time. But if he does, as I said last match, there's not much we can do about it. And it'll be a bit of a disastrous start to our plan. And it's there. And he's got cracking position on the black unless this red has something to do with it and it keeps coming. But no, he's got lucky.
8.
But he's back on the black, and at present he's going to blemmin' win this again, isn't he? Deary me. I would guess that after he pots this black, he'll just play a safety. Unless he can get on that red that I was having a sniff at earlier. Because he will be able to pot that providing he's in good position. So, let's see what he makes. He has to pot the black first, of course. To make any sort of position. But the most likely outcome is he pots the black and plays a safety. Running out of time again. Well, he's potted that, and no, he's not really on. Here, he could play that red that I was looking at earlier into the middle. It's a tighter one than he'd have wanted, but he could play it. He's going for this. What's he doing here? Just a safety. That's fair enough. And it's a good safety at that, so as I said, fair play to him.
James Watanabe. 15.
Well, we have to play a safety here, unfortunately. And let's just hope it's as good as his.
Just wants to get the cue ball safe here.
Just a thin kiss on that red, and it's up close to bulk, not close enough. But is there anything easy on? Certainly not. But he'll take all his time considering this shot, what's the best outcome to play. But at the moment we're going to have 2 losses out of 2, and I'm not playing this guy again, he's annoying me. But that's not down to, you know, the fact he's playing rubbish snooker. He's using the rules to his advantage, which, you know, people can do in a game. That's absolutely fair enough. But it's one of the flaws of the online mode and something that people can exploit. But if we don't win this game, it'll be nil point from the first episode of this series. Taking it down to the wire though here, and he's going to go for the long pot on the red. No, he's not. He's going to play the safety. About to say, I didn't think that would quite go. Has he left us with anything here? I don't think he has once again. Very fortunate. Very, very fortunate. Particularly considering how wrong that went. No, because that red won't go. I mean, this red could go, I suppose, but play it as a bit of a shot to nothing. And get it back up the table.
Need good control over the pace of the white with this shot.
I mean, it's not going to go at the end of the day. It would have gone, I think. It keeps in position on that now. I can't quite get over that. A little bit harder and it would have gone. And it probably would have been a better safety shot. But we can all say things in hindsight.
To sink this into the left corner pocket.
Gone with the red, and he's got it.
Pretty straightforward.
Oh, he's missed the pink.
That's an
Does this leave us with a chance? We're going to try, believe me, wholeheartedly to get back into this.
What an R. 1.
Oh,
will be
but he doesn't leave anything easy on here.
He's aiming for the left.
For goodness
corner.
sake, let me just back out the shot a minute. It's a very tricky one. No! Oh, dear. Oh, hang on. No, we're not going to hit that red. That is gutting, ladies and gents. The pressure just getting to us there. Of course, a colour and a red would have won us the match, and we would have got the blue there. Maybe even the black or the pink. We would have won the match, fundamentally. But he has still got a potter ball here, or else we're in decent position. So the pressure on him a little bit here. The gap he's got very small, and it could still go either way, this could.
To the left corner.
He's going to try the red, though. And that was never going to go.
play like
Never in a
that
million
is what
years.
you'd expect from a player
Hit the
of his
blue, hit
quality.
the blue, hit the blue. Cracking. Well, we've got a second chance here, and I think we're going to try and use it, to be quite honest. Now, if this red goes, it's exactly straight into the middle pocket, pretty much on the blue spot, or in line with that blue spot. So in light of that, we're going to try and pot this, but you can guarantee we'll miss it. No, it's there. And a pot on a colour just means we have to stay on the table, and we will win this match.
1.
And the pink looks dead on. Or does it? It is. Don't need anything too fancy. And we go ahead with a minute and a half to go. Brilliant. And we're nicely on a red, so we might as well pop that as well.
7.
I know I'm ridiculous, because I'm just not really bothered about the countdown, but to be honest, you know, I'll play my snooker fair, so that's what I'll do. And that's a good pot.
An excellent pot.
Not on anything specifically here, but does it matter? We can run down the clock. Because he needs, of course, 2 shots to win this. So as long as we take it below the mark. I'll just have a look at the different options we've got here. Could play the black. Might as well. And we're just going to leave it here. Just count down the clock. Do exactly what he did. But if we pot the black, it's curtains. Oh, it's not there.
You would expect from a player of his skills.
Well, well. If this black comes off the cushion, it'll come to save us. And I think it will. He's got just over 30 seconds here. He needs to get on with it. Or else we've won this match. We could have gone for the blue. Bit of squeaky bum time involved here. He will get 2 shots because of the shot timer. Unfortunately, just going in his favour. So if he pots the red and pots a colour, well, he can win this. And he's potted the red. Oh, dear. Technically, though, he's got to get a move on. He has to get a move on. Count down the seconds. 7, 6, 5. I don't think he's going to get time, ladies and gents, unless he hits something really quick. 2, 1. And that's the match. And we've won. So we've got our vengeance back on him. And as you can see, Without Rival is our new achievement, which we've won. It's defeated a rival on an online match. And we finally got our own back on Jonesy Boy there. But 2 very stressful matches, both going down to the wire. I think this is probably a pilot episode, I'd call this, because if everyone plays like that online, it's a bit of a shame and it makes things a little bit boring. But if you want to play me online on Xbox One as part of this series, let me know down in the comments. We can arrange a date and a time and you can partake in this series with me. Let's just have a look how many points you do get for a win in this game mode. We're up somewhat, so this is good. Let's just keep going. We're going to be on more than a point. Well, a point at least, I would guess, but just to be in the clear. I mean, we've rose quite a bit. You can imagine there's a lot of players who have played and not got any points. Let's just keep going. Blimey, it's a lot of players that have played. Unless the points update when the players are found now. So, let's keep going. Where are we? Blimey, oh, here we go. So we'll probably be on 1 point. But surely you can't get just 1 point for winning a match. I didn't think we could. So, we've got to be on more than 1 point because we can't be on 0. We've just won a match. Be good if we could actually skip to where we are, but we've got to be on more than 1. We can't be on 0 after winning a match. That would be ridiculous. But equally, we can't surely be on this many points. Does it not say tournament wins, tournament losses? It doesn't say how many points we've got, does it? We've had that many wins, but surely these people can't have played that many actually to get that many wins. There's Jonesy Boy. So he's had 3 wins and he's got 14 points. Well, we've got to be somewhere. We can't still be on 0 points. I would presume we're on 1, but I can't find us here. I'll let you know when we do find ourselves. There's only 500 odds to choose from. Well, I can't find where we are on that list. Surely we can't have 0 points, but equally can't have the likes of 20 because that would be absolutely ridiculous from just one game. But, as I said, this is a pilot episode. If you guys want to see more, you know how to make me realise that you guys want to see more. Leave some likes on the video, comment down below and subscribe for daily Snooker 19 content. But that's it from me today from the Betfred World Championship at the Snooker Crucible, the Sheffield Crucible. But until next time, thank you for watching and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.